Sis, this message is for you. This is going to give you some relief. I know you have your favorite YouTuber that you love to hate, but yet you love to go back and watch. It's on a cycle, it's like a repeat. You go back and watch another video, you end it feeling a bit uncomfortable, yet the tingles. You have a crush, but yet you hate him. You keep going back. So what I'm going to share with you right now is what I've shared with a number of my clients, sisters that have that same experience. These insights I'm going to share is going to help you lower the emotion. Maybe just experience irritation, but allow you to also get the jewels that your favorite YouTubers are trying to convey to you. And you can still have your little crush if you want. So jewel number one, insight number one. Your worth and your value is separate. Your YouTuber that you love to hate is talking about your value, not your worth. Your worth is intrinsic. It's set by your Lord. Value is set by the market. And by market, I mean the Muslim marriage market. And that's set by men. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Men determine value. Your Lord determines worth. Again, men determine value. Your Lord determines worth. Your worth is the most important thing. That's intrinsic to you. That can't be rated or labeled or assessed, evaluated. It's never on the table for discussion, whether it be in the professional or the private and the intimate. Never is that on the table for discussion. Value, on the other hand, that can be rated and labeled and assessed and evaluated. And it should be. Others can rate, and you can rate. It's important that you rate and label your skill sets, characteristics, demeanor, because that's how you can improve it. Again, we're not talking about worth. But in terms of value, that's always on the table for discussion. And in the market, it's men that determine the value. Right? We place a value on your attractiveness, your agreeableness, your culinary skills. I'll repeat, your culinary skills, right? Your demeanor. So we put a value on that. So as you listen to your favorite YouTuber that you love to hate, understand that he's not talking about worth, he's talking about value. And your value is something, i.e. the skill sets and attributes that are being assessed and rated can be improved on. Some you can, but some you can't. And those things that you can are the things that you should enhance, put in the work. Or you could just sit back and opt out and upset yourself, right? Because it would be you upsetting you, right? Because this is emotional accountability. We upset ourselves. Others in situations and events, life conditions, they don't upset us. It's the perception and the evaluations that we make about others and life conditions that upset us. So it would be you upsetting you about your perception and evaluation about what your favorite YouTuber is saying. So you can opt out and say men shouldn't want what they want and men shouldn't value what they value and upset yourself. Or you can enter the market with the right mindset that what is being discussed is never my worth, it's my value. And as I try to get married or get remarried, whether it's after one divorce or two or three, I need to look at what it is that men value. I need to assess myself and see where I'm at with these things and enhance what I can, double down on what I do well. For example, I need to improve in my boundaries. which you should always have. I should improve in my worth, my self-worth. How do you improve in your self-worth? By never putting it on the table for discussion. It's over here, it's fixed. I posted on my Instagram, and I'll wrap up with this. I put a question up. And what I said is, would you, knowing your love language, setting boundaries, being assertive and confident, make you more worthy as a woman? Nearly 80% said yes. No, your worth is fixed. And by having it fixed, that helps you not fall into the rabbit hole of thinking less of yourself, of devaluing yourself, believing that you aren't worthy. When you allow this to be rated and labeled, whether it be by external or internal, you open the door to go down the rabbit hole, which is difficult to come out of, which typically leads to depression and or anxiety and a combination of the two. So focus on value. What are those skill sets? And this is transferable outside of the market, in the workforce, right? Being a parent. You're never a bad parent. You're just a parent that has skill sets that need to be improved, whether it be communication, whether it be discipline, right? We put a value on that. We rate and label that, but not the individual, because the individual has a worth that is fixed. But I won't digress, because I want you to be able to enjoy your experience with the YouTuber that you love to hate. So coming back to their message, and their message is focused on value. And if you want to be successful, whether it be on these apps, and that's another point. It's important with these apps. When you go on the apps, don't go on the apps for a hit of validation, because if you go on the apps for a hit of validation, really what you're doing is you're going on the apps trying to validate your worth. Again, remember, worth is never on the table for discussion. So when you go on the apps, you go on the app not to validate, not to get a hit that I am worthy, because we already know that you're worthy. You go on the app to look for compatibility. I'll stop with that. I hope this helps you enjoy your experience with your YouTuber that you love to hate. Continue to watch the YouTubers that you love to hate. Let me know if this helps. Again, there's going to be some irritation because the message is probably new. It's probably a lot of uncomfortable truths that you haven't heard before from your favorite YouTubers. But that's important, because unfortunately, sister, you've probably grown up and heard comforting lies from the member or the community or your favorite sheikh. They give you these comforting lies that when you find out, once you get into the market, you realize, especially after a divorce or two, that it's not true. Myself and your YouTuber that you love to hate is trying to give you those uncomfortable truths so that you can get what you want, which is a successful, meaningful marriage. Let me know if this helps. Assalamu alaikum.